Good morning. Had a really good week, I thought, and got some practice in. Practice Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, which we thought were pretty good, and then had a really good workout last night. So had 3 good practices and trying to heal some guys and recruiting, and spent the day on academics one of the days and stuff. So got some stuff done that we think that we needed to get done, and moving forward this week to play Arkansas State. 4-4 on the year, 2-2 in the conference. It's been kind of an up and down year for them. You know, they had some injuries, of course, that have kind of sidetracked them, especially on defense. But played really good Saturday night when you look at the way they played against Texas State, really in all 3 phases of the game. Offensively, they're having another really good year, which just seems like they do every year. And Omar Bayless, the numbers he's putting up are just unbelievable. 60 catches already, 12 touchdowns. And when you look at he and Merritt and Adams, I don't know of anybody possibly in the country, when you look at 3 receivers that have 140 catches and between them and 21 touchdowns in 8 games. It's really incredible. Merritt has 40, Jonathan Adams has 40. Last year, I thought, and I'm not saying he's not this year, but Bayless is having such a good year, but we thought that Kurt Merritt was the best receiver in the league last year. So I think it's made a big difference to their football team. They got Murray back a couple weeks ago at running back, and he was the freshman of the year last year. And when they put him back there too, running the ball, and he's really been effective. Their offensive line's playing good, and then Hatcher's came in and done some really good things at quarterback, which we're not surprised. Having watched him play in high school at Pulaski and the success he had. So offensively, when you look at them, they're doing a lot of what Arkansas State always does. Defensively, they've given up some yards and some points. They've lost a lot of guys on defense, several for the year. Some have come back, but it's looked like to me when you watch them, when you have the time that we have to watch every game, they've mixed and matched a lot, and they went kind of from a 4-down scheme, and what they've done the last several weeks, which has worked out pretty good for them, they went to kind of a odd front defense, pretty similar to Iowa State, in a sense that if you look at the setup of it, 34, Jackson is kind of playing what 15 did for Iowa State. And so Edmonds is back, Chambers is back. We know those guys. And then, Bradley King is one of the best pass rushers in the league. So last year and this year, he has 6 sacks and 9 tackles for loss. So played really good last Saturday. Held Texas State to 220 yards and 14 points. It looked like they're kind of putting it together on what they want to do on defense with the guys they want to do it with. Special teams wise, Edmonds had a 40-yard punt return last week. They actually had Merritt back returning kickoffs last week, which is a concern. Their punter's having a really good year, 44-yard average. So it's a big game for us. It's a big game for them, but a really big game for us, I think, coming back off the open week, coming back from certainly not a very good game at all at App State, getting back to go. But I think our kids have come back and had a good week, and I know they're looking forward to it. It's a chance for us to go 3-1 in the Sun Belt Conference. It's a chance for us to beat 3 of the 4 teams on the west side of the schedule. It's also a chance too. I don't know. I'm just going to say this because I have no clue. I'm sure John does, but yesterday the number was 10. I heard that we've lost 10 consecutive to Arkansas State, which that's a big number, and for a reason. They've been good. They've been really good. They've been consistent with what they've done, and but we think this is a really good opportunity for us to play on ESPNU at 2:30, for our homecoming game. On the injury front, of course, Isaiah Phillips is out for the year. He had surgery. Donovan Hickman, who is a reserve tight end, is also going to miss the rest of the year. He's having surgery this week. Sam Miller had a pretty good high ankle sprain. I would say he's doubtful. He was out there last night. He's certainly doubtful for the game, and we hope possibly, Nick Ingram is back, moving around a little bit. Brandis Batiste actually looked really good last night, so we'll see. Plus, we're going to kind of monitor it as the week goes on, but Jabari Johnson is back practicing with us too. Looks pretty good. He's moving around pretty good. So, there might be a scenario where we try to play Jabari in 4 of the last 5 games, depending on how he can do it. I'm saying that because he came out last week and did some stuff, actually went through the 7-on-7 and did some stuff last night. We'll see how he feels today, how he reacts on Tuesday and Wednesday going out there. But hey, if he can go, he'll be out there. It's a possibility, but it's a situation that he had, the type of injury he had. We certainly haven't tried to rush him at all and tried to make sure that he heals properly. And but it would certainly be nice to get him back. So again, excited. It's a big opportunity for us, to play at home, homecoming, to play again on ESPNU, and to play against a really good football team. So, questions?
Coach, you mentioned you likened Arkansas State's defense to Iowa State's defense. Is that a blessing or a curse?
More of a curse, really. No, I mean it's a good scheme, no doubt about it, and especially when you have the player like they do in 34. Iowa State had number 15, and guys that are good tacklers, they're gonna have a lot of opportunities to make tackles, stuff. But it's not exactly the same in terms of what they're doing. But if you look at it and you look at the setup and where they're lined up, you'd go, wow, that's Iowa State. But what they're doing out of it, is a little bit different. But that's actually, Chris, what they've done the last 2 weeks. So the week before they were 4 down, the week before they were this. So, but it looks like to me they've settled in against ULL, and then last week against Texas State had a really good game defensively. Caused some turnovers and really did a good job. Texas State broke a run at the beginning of the game for maybe 50, 60 yards, and after that didn't do a whole lot. So I think they settled in and looked really good playing it.
Looking at where you guys are right now, I mean, there's some parallels to last year. We're coming off a disappointing loss and really have to kind of regroup and get it together to achieve your goals for the end of the year. You were able to do that last year. Do you kind of see some similarities between where you are now and then?
I hope so, no doubt. I mean, I hope so. That's certainly the plan, doing it, and I think the attitude of the players is, that we can achieve that. So I think, I don't know. I'm hoping that we can use the second week like we did last year before Georgia Southern to our benefit. I think, get guys back and get guys, we went back and took a look at some stuff, and especially from a special team standpoint, when you play successive games and you have guys that are injured or, banged up or this or that, you seem to mix and match guys, put guys in and throw guys, in certain positions. And so, we tried to quiet that down, I guess, in terms of the people getting in and out. And, it's kind of went back to more basics, I think, looking at it and trying to get those guys some basic reps to try to solidify. I think we've done a great job, kickoff and punt team. I'm talking about more on the return teams, but we've pulled and put different guys in there. It seemed like every week, and so we kind of needed to go back to square one on that.
Coach, how do you evaluate the defense after 7 games?
Some about like the offense. I think some parts of it really good, some parts of it not so good. So we just got to get consistent, and we still. I don't know. Hopefully it'll happen this year. Hopefully this week, but we still keep talking to the players, and we haven't had that game. We were playing really good on both sides, and hopefully we can accomplish that soon.
Was having the open date vital at this particular time?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it. Yeah, I think, possibly. I think the general consensus always is, when you have such a, poor performance like we did, you want to get back out there as soon as you can. But we had 5, pretty tough games in a row when you look at it. At Iowa State, South Iowa was a physical game. Memphis was a physical game. Had the quick turnaround for Texas State and having to go to Boone. So, it's probably did come at a good time.
Anything else for Coach?
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.